Harvey, my man, let's get talking about your EP. Something that we here
Yes.
at Radio One have been waiting to kind of talk about because you know the songs are premiering, of course, on the
Thank you.
station.
Yes.
Post this interview, which we're so excited about, but we wanted to hear from
Thank you,
you,
bro.
right? Views from the
Yeah.
23rd floor, 23 years
Yes.
old. How's the view looking?
Good. The view's looking good. It's definitely got greater as I've got older. I see a lot more now, and the view's looking good. Hopefully, I get to my viewers of India at some point. I want to be looking out of my hotel and looking over India somewhere. I'd like to meet people again and kind of experience the culture and come back definitely. But no, views from the 25th floor feels great to be out. I love there's music on there. Feel like it's a new step for me. It's a new kind of chapter for me. I'm already writing new music. Um, and yeah, I'm glad that it's out for people to listen to because it was a while before everything got put together and was able to be released. And the last few years have been hard for the music industry, so it's just nice that I've got some music out there and I can tour with it and people can listen to it and hopefully people enjoy it. So
Right. And my promise still holds good. The last promise I made to you when we spoke was if you ever need a tour guide to take you around and party, I'm your man. All right, I got you covered.
listen,
Yeah,
I am gonna hold you to that.
looking
Okay.
forward to it. Looking forward to it. Listen, I mean, views from the 23rd floor is such a cool way of expressing what it looks like from where you are at this point in life. When I spoke to you last, you were setting up your home. How's the view of that
Yes.
looking now, man? Is it all done?
So, oh, it's
Good.
done. Oh, it's so great. I love it so much. I'm not actually at my home right now, but it's so lovely. I'm so glad I've got a place to call home. And it's just nice to, I don't know, over night time, sit on my sofa, watch a good movie like Extraction or any other kind of like Marvel or action movie. And I don't know, just enjoy it and kind of look around and obviously see the things that I've achieved. I suppose it's like a good kind of um reminder of what I've done so far, which I always forget, because I'm always looking forward. So it's just nice
Right.
to look around and be like, yeah, not done
Um,
too bad.
with regards to this particular EP and putting it out, what is probably a milestone that you remember that sticks out on top? I mean, of course, the EP coming out itself is a milestone in itself,
Yeah.
but I'm sure with the view, there's definitely some milestones that you can spot. What's one that comes to the top of
Yeah.
your mind?
Uh, I mean, finishing the music was hard, whittling the music down because you could only have five on an EP. Um, I mean, I feel like a milestone for me making the EP was creating a name for it. I was like, it's got to be a cool name. Does it have to be one word? Does it have to be like Shawn Mendes has just one word stuff? And I'm like, oh, that would be really cool. And then I was like, no, but then I don't want to copy. And then I was like, it was very hard. And then I was in a high-rise building with some of my team members, and I was speaking about how it would be cool to release on my birthday when I'm 23. And I was like I said, I love Adele, and she has 21, 25, and I just thought I was looking out on the view, and I was like, I spent the last few years looking out windows and views, and we put it all together. And then we were like, what about views from the 22nd floor? Because I'm 22. And then I was like, yeah, but wait, if it's coming up my birthday, I'll be 23. So views from the 23rd floor makes so much more sense. And then that's how it happened.
So figuring out that was a milestone in itself, I think.
On it, you have no idea how long artists spend trying to come up with a cool name for their projects. Honestly, it looks like it just happened. They just dream of it, and that's it. That's such a lie. There is brainstorms going on. There are so many different things going on just to try and get one cool word. But yeah, no, that was a milestone in itself.
And then because you're in 2022, the marketing takes a whole another turn. And then, oh man, that's just another rabbit hole to go down.
Exactly, exactly. You know how it is. You know how it
Yeah.
is.
But during the pandemic, I mean, you took your headline show to the Royal Albert Hall in April
Yes.
2021. You drew a virtual audience of, so many people worldwide. How was that, man? How was that experience for you? First ever live streamed global concert. What was that like for you?
Amazing, scary. Um, it was it was an amazing moment, but quite sad because I did the Royal Albert Hall and there was no one in there. It was empty, and it was amazing to do it. But it was like, wow, that just shows how much of a mad few years this has been because I'm performing to no one, yet I'm performing to thousands of people on the internet, and through the phone, and it was an amazing experience, and it was something that I'll never forget. So when I'm older and I'm a granddad, I can say I performed my own show there, and no one came, and that's what I can say.
That's cool and scary in a way, in a weird way.
I
You know,
know,
to
I
hear
know.
that. That's awesome. Okay. You know, with regards to everything that's happened through the pandemic, of course, I mean, you were all set to do the debut studio album. Can Anybody Hear
Yeah.
Me? November 2020, and then, of course, everything changed, right? Uh,
Yes. Yes.
and I believe that you didn't want that to be your debut album. Um,
Well, do you know? Do you know what? Long story short, it'd been many years, and uh, they want my record label at the time, a different record label, wanted me to release an album, and I didn't think I was very ready for it. And I wanted to create new music for it, and I felt differently and strongly about newer music. And then the pandemic happened, and everything just happened, and I was like, do you know what? It's a sign. So, and now I'm glad that it didn't, because now I'm working on a potentially new album, which I'm much more excited for, and it's a lot more me.
the reason I kind of bring this up is because it's so beautiful for people watching this to take away. If you don't feel it in your heart as an artist, sometimes, you know, taking that call
Yeah,
is the best thing to do. So, what would be your 2 cents to young and upcoming artists out there if they're ever in a
yeah.
similar situation?
Yeah, do you know what? This doesn't even just go for artists. It goes for just life in general, I think, as well. If you're not 100% happy with what you're in, or you don't believe in it, obviously it's good to listen to other people, and it's good to take on advice. But at the end of the day, it's your life, and you want to go away from it and say, you know what? If it works out, it was because of me, and if it didn't, you can blame yourself. Don't have to blame anyone else. Um, and I just say, yeah, believe in what you want to do, because you only get one go. Sometimes you get a few chances, but a lot of the time, especially in music, you
Yeah.
only get one shot. You get one shot, really. So
Mhm.
at least do it and have no regrets. So yeah,
Awesome. If I had to, and this is a horrible question to ask you, but I'm going to ask you anyways. On the EP,
yeah,
Views from the 23rd Floor, do you have a personal favorite? Something that you got a little bit of an extra soft spot for because it's got
yeah.
a great
No,
story behind it? I would love to hear
do
it.
you know? Do you know what? I loved Sweet October. And I think because that was actually the first song of 2021. It was the first real in-person studio session I'd done for about a year because of lockdown. And we got into the studio and we wrote this song, and I loved it. And I was like, that's mad. I've been a year out of practice in a room with writing music, and that's the first song we come up with, and I really loved it. So it's kind of got a little special place.
Super. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Um, Upcoming projects. I mean, other than the EP, of course. What else is Harvey working on that his fans should know about? And
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to keep some details confidential,
No, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna be traveling a lot, hopefully this year. I'd love to go on tour again. And I'm working on coming to India. I was actually supposed to come to India in January, but everything got moved. So I'm hoping maybe this summer I'm gonna come out, and I just want to meet everyone and just reconnect.
You know, when you're making music, especially an EP like this, it's one where, you know, you're doing it because it feels right to you. Now, do you feel the pressure? I mean, because now there's a growing global fan base for you that you probably would have never saw coming, right? People from
No,
obscure parts of the world, like places
I know
I might not have heard
that
of.
that listening to it freaks me out sometimes when I look at people who have listened to my songs on Spotify, and it's like from the deep dark depths of somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, how did you even know about me and know about my music? And it's lovely, it's incredible, but you forget about everyone that's actually listening, so you want to make sure everyone's happy. But I think they are. I think with the new stuff as well that I'm in the studio doing right now, they're gonna love it.
Man, listen, I love all the 5 songs in the EP. I've got a
Thank you,
little
bro.
bit of a soft spot for talking to the stars, so I'm going to
Yes.
indulge you a little bit and ask you, what was the thought process behind writing that one? I'm so curious to understand what went behind writing that one in particular, if you don't mind
Yes.
me asking.
Do you know what? I love the sound of harps and love the sound of kind of like magical stuff. And we just started putting these harps in, and they reminded me of like stars, and I don't know what, it just reminds me of nighttime for some reason. Harps, I don't know why. And then we came up with the I'm sitting talking to the stars, and then oh how I wonder what you are. It reminds me of well, it's like a nursery rhyme, right? Twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. And I just thought it was really cool, and I just thought it was really cool.
I love how I mean, you've done that with that song, and then of course, "Runaway with It" is also based on another one. Da-da-da-da, no,
Da,
it's
da, 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 da.
da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Shanice's "I Love Your Smile," if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
it is. It is. It is.
It's
That was
amazing
written.
how the inspiration comes from there, and then it just becomes like a banger. I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Um,
Thank you, buddy.
and we are so thrilled to play your music on the entire 94.3
No,
Radio 1 International Network across the country. I've asked you this multiple times, but from an EP perspective, what would you like to say to your Indian fans?
to all my Indian fans, I just want to say, if you've listened to any of the EP, thank you. If you haven't, go have a listen. Tell me what you think. I love you guys. Hope you're staying safe. And I'm going to come out and hopefully reconnect and meet some of you guys. And yeah, that should hopefully be very soon. So thank you for all the support, and I'll see you soon.
94.3 Radio 1.